Welcome back. We got two dads again. Two dads drinking a lesbian. This is season 2, episode 6.
She gets more and more cheerful with every.
Yeah, well, that's because you yelled at me at episode 2, so I make sure I do it.
Well, and welcome back to our moderator who is back.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm no longer eating cinnamon, but I will be eating this delicious burrito.
Do we want to talk about that? Right
Yeah, I think we should. No, let's do the whiskey
what are
first.
we
Sean,
drinking?
tell me about your whiskey.
All right, so this evening we have Dead Rabbit. I've been listening to White Rabbit a lot, so I saw this in the store, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna go with that one." Don't know enough about it. It's an Irish whiskey, though. So.
Yeah.
The bottle was reminiscent of the Terry Bradshaw bottle.
Not really. It has an upside down dead rabbit.
Well, you take that off of it though, like the shape of it when you first brought it in, I was like, he did not buy another bottle of Bradshaw, you know.
Somewhat, but a lot of Irish whiskey
Cheers.
bottles have that.
Oh.
shape, but
That's
Cheers.
cheers.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't hate
It's
that.
actually not bad.
Out of all the other ones we've had, that's one of
actually
my
really
more
smooth, to be
favorite.
honest with you.
Okay, so
You're
I'm going to
good.
introduce this because
Wait. I want to say one thing before we start.
Okay.
We're at the Dough Bar again.
Yeah,
Guys,
Dough Bar.
Yeah, we love this place for the digs.
And we also got TJ with us tonight.
Yeah, we got a DJ. What's wait, I got a good joke for that actually. What's the DJ's favorite what's the DJ's favorite what is it? Is it favorite sauce?
you don't even know the
You don't
joke.
even have the joke.
Yeah,
ready?
shut up. I heard it once.
You're the
okay?
moderator. This is
What's a
coming up.
DJ's favorite sauce? Marinara.
Marinara.
Ah, did you like that? Did you like it?
That's good. Speaking of
Okay,
sauce,
great.
Our boy Sean is the loser this week. The Rams, in epic failure on Monday Night Football, got smacked down by the 49ers.
They're epically bad this year.
And I want to introduce this because, like,
I mean, 45
Look,
are good though.
I love this guy to my age, one of my absolute best friends in the world. And like, if I had one thing to say negatively about Sean, it's that he's probably the pickiest eater I know outside of like kids, you know.
Polar opposite. Like I eat any seafood, yet you won't touch seafood.
I touch
So
a little seafood. I'll do a little shrimp.
just because I won't eat Mexican doesn't mean.
Well, you want to eat Mexican, you're picky on some Italian stuff that you eat.
Just depends.
You're picky on Asian stuff, like just anything outside of American food. You're pretty picky. Anyways, long story short is probably my top all-time favorite place to eat at is Chipotle.
Mhm. I love it.
Lord Jack loves Chipotle.
I got no problems. I'm like, this is a
So
punishment.
this is his punishment is he's being introduced to Chipotle. He has a steak burrito with white rice and a hint of salsa because I mean, even though the sour cream is the best part of Chipotle, he's a little lactose
Intolerant. Yeah.
intolerant. So
Uh-oh, where's he going?
what are you doing?
Is he taking a giant bite of this thing?
I think
Where-
he's showing the size of the burrito. So
I love him so much.
Look.
He's so upset, but this is gonna be delicious.
and then if he thinks it's yummy, then I brought him as his punishment. If he chooses to do so, I brought a side
Also
of guacamole
delicious.
that he could take a spoonful of.
Guacamole. What?
It's totally up to him. No pressure there.
So, you know, things aren't slight at all here, guys. I'm eating cinnamon and sucking in helium. This guy's getting steak burritos and
Once
fucking
again,
guacamole.
People who know me know the difference.
I
So,
get it, but like,
Well,
I
I
just
get what
don't-
you're
My
thinking.
honest hope here is that this is not a punishment, and then you and I
Yeah,
get to
that's what I
explore
mean.
Chipotle for the rest of our lives
Yeah.
together.
I'm hoping it's not
So,
a punishment either, honestly.
And since
Just
I
be
got
open
forward,
minded.
Sam said the same thing. She's like, we can get fat.
Yeah,
going
that's
to
what I mean.
Chipotle."
Be open-minded.
So-
to
be
this.
open-minded. But I could not watch somebody eat Chipotle, so I bought Laura Jack.
No, I was like, if you're gonna punish us like this, I also want to be punished.
got Laura Jack the new garlic steak burrito, and then because I'm obviously trying not to eat the carbs, I'm doing a chicken burrito bowl with lots of sour cream on. 'Cause
Yeah.
Sean, I got a side of sour cream just in case Sean
That's
changed his
so
mind. He
funny.
didn't change his mind. So let's dig in, guys.
Thank you.
Enjoy your punishment, Sean.
Oh my god,
Mm. This is far from a punishment for me.
I know. You just got a bite of rice. There's literally nothing at the
I'm
top.
just biting whatever I can.
No, I get it. I'm not hating. I'm saying like the way
So I miss eating the actual burrito in Chipotle because
you hate it already.
Wait, I don't even know if it's right.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
It's
no.
probably delicious.
But I miss that shell. I really
Mm.
do, but I just don't eat it anymore.
I get it. It's probably better for your health. I probably should not also eat the shell.
All right, so another.
You said
Mm.
there's salsa in here.
Mhm.
There's a hint of
I
salsa.
literally only have tasted the button.
Yeah,
that's why I'm
just a hint of salsa. I didn't want to
Mm.
overdo it for you.
I'm not mad.
Week 4 of the National Football League had some little drama going on. Let's start with your guys' team and the drama going on, which was Mitch Trubisky got benched at halftime. I really thought if they did make the move, I thought they'd wait till the bye week. I think a lot of people thought that. And now he's going to have to go in. If they choose to move forward with Kenny, they're going to have to go into Buffalo. It's at Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I mean that's just a scary place.
No,
for a
hell
rookie
yeah, that's
quarterback.
not where you want to be.
What are you guys' thoughts here?
I think it'll be
eat
good
my
for him.
Chipotle.
I think it'll be good for him, but I've been blunt about this since the beginning. We have a shitty offensive coordinator. I don't want to run our number 1 first round draft pick quarterback who has showed potential into a shitty line, shitty coordinator against a powerhouse team. And for the next 4 or 5 weeks, you play powerhouse teams with great defenses.
Here's
It's not even 1 week. It's you have 4 or 5. You're setting the guy up for failure.
The worst part of the schedule for the Steelers.
You're
Right,
setting
absolutely.
you're setting them up for failure. That's what I hate.
wait, but here's the thing though. I feel like, and people typically, if we would lose 5 games, let's say, they'd be like, obviously, Mitch, what the hell, or whoever, Ben, what the hell. But I feel like they're not gonna blame it on Kenny.
They're not. That's not even my problem.
You're
his
worried
it's
about
his
getting-
own it's his own psyche that I'm.
Not only that, but I don't want him to get hurt. Like I don't need him to be hurt. Like
Any of those things. I think he has potential to be a good, if not really good, quarterback
Mhm.
in the NFL. I think I don't even think they have a far way to go on the line. I think the line's better than people are giving them credit for. But I think Canada
terrible.
is horrible. I think Tomlin is, and I hate to say this because I don't hate Tomlin,
Mhm.
but I think 16 years in, I think it's time for him for a new role.
yeah,
Maybe
either
step
that
up
or
the
he needs to
GM,
shake
maybe.
up. Yeah, shake it up a little bit.
Because he looks like a robot, is what he looks like out there anymore.
Well, it's like remember, like at the very end of why do I want to say Tomlin? That's his name.
Cower.
Coward.
Coward.
Yeah.
He's same thing.
Um,
It was the same.
Yeah,
thing.
he like his emotions were like not all there, not all in it like it used to be, where he'd be spitting out of his mouth and barely could stay off the field because he was ready to like kick somebody's ass.
We've all been there where you're just at a job for way too long and
Mhm.
it's just
Yep.
over,
Oh yeah, definitely know the feeling.
And that,
Not this job, but past jobs. Yeah, like I'll never forget that.
and that's the problem at this point that I have right now. And we say, me and him have talked about this numerous times. Coaching makes such a big difference that people don't always give the credit to.
Yeah.
That is
No, it
right now
does,
to
yeah.
me, the Steelers' problem is coaching.
The one okay, so the thing that I think that Tomlin does really well is that he is able to keep like wild, crazy players at bay. Like obviously he did really well with trying to keep Antonio Brown's craziness under.
That's another guy.
I mean, honestly, like he really kept that under lock for a really long
we
time.
didn't
Like,
plan that, but did you see the story that was this week about
yeah,
AB?
Tom Brady and
2 stories. There's 2
Dude,
stories
that's
about
messed
it.
up.
Oh,
He exposed himself
that's the one
in
I'm.
a
Yeah,
public pool.
yeah.
And then he followed up that with a post on
Tom
Twitter
Brady's wife.
with him hugging Tom Brady's wife.
Just because he found out today that they're getting divorced. Sorry, Tom Brady. I do feel bad for you about that, Bubs.
Are they actually getting divorced?
Yeah,
It's a real
they
thing?
both
It actually-
got divorce attorneys, and it's like a real.
I thought she was
fucking
giving
thing.
him the season and then
That's
if he
what
didn't
I thought.
retire.
No, I mean, look, she's really like pissed, I guess, and I get it, but like, I don't get it.
Yeah, you retire and unretire. You retire to go with your family finally, and
Well,
then
I
unretire.
do get it, but I feel like
And then you
people,
suck
okay,
this
you've
year?
never made a decision and then you like had like immense regret and you're like, oh, I still got some time in me. I want to do this. Like you've never,
Still playing at an extremely high level.
right? Like, yeah, like I could,
gained
I
weight
can
for Super
honestly
Bowl.
understand where Tom's coming from, where he's like, I'm not ready to hang it up, but I also
And-
see it from her and she doesn't want him in a wheelchair, completely like
And she-
debilitated for
She
the rest
also
of his life.
called it a day on her modeling career.
Right,
to
I-
take care of the family.
Okay, but here's the thing, and I said this actually because I had this conversation at my house tonight, but like I kind of feel like she's a model, she had kids. If she wants to go back to modeling, like she can go back to modeling. Like they have enough money that if they both wanted to work, they could figure out a nanny situation or some way that they could make like the kids are here one day or these days
I
with
think you're making her point. I think her point is we literally don't have to work anymore.
yeah. I get it,
So
but
why put your
but
body
he
through
wants
that?
And
to
he's
though.
already signed to be announcer for Fox.
I get
as
it,
soon as
but,
he
like,
retires.
There's a level. I just don't think that he's ready to hang it up for whatever reason. There's something in him. He's just not ready to hang it
You
up.
know what I
yet.
think it is? I think, like me, he's just a huge Wolf of Wall Street fan.
Yeah,
and
he likes the work.
He loves that scene where the wolf has got to hang it up and give in so he doesn't get into legal trouble. And then he just he's halfway through his emotional speech to his team. And he's like, I ain't fucking leaving. I ain't fucking leaving.
Yeah.
And the whole fucking crowd
Right.
goes nuts,
Right.
Like
Well,
that's what I'm
saying.
I
I
think.
that
He's like,
is
I'm gonna
cool.
do the real life version of the Wolf of Wall Street right now. I guess
Yeah,
that was
I
real
just don't
life.
think
but-
it's the worst situation. I think that that's something that they could definitely work out. I get that there might be some family troubles or some complications, but I think that overall,
No, maybe she's just over it.
Which I kind of get that too, though. Let's just say he thought maybe they were heading towards that path. I think that maybe he might be like, well, what's gonna distract me right now? Getting back into football would
Yeah.
distract me, and maybe that was his thing. Who knows? Who
right,
knows what's in
I
his
just
head?
I just think that if you're in a relationship with somebody and you love them, I just don't think that 1 year or 2 years of football should
No,
But-
maybe it's not 1 or 2. Maybe
No,
she's
I'm
looking
not.
at it from
That's what I'm saying. So
she-
then,
I was
so
just
that's
say
what I
she
mean.
might be like,
So
you're
it's
10 years
clearly-
overdue.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. It's probably that she just really wants him to stop, and he's not ready, and they are on different pages on
Maybe
different.
she's also looking at the
But-
CTI thing that
Yeah.
everybody's going through.
No, that's what I said. She doesn't want him to be in a freaking wheelchair,
Yeah.
brain dead. And I totally get it. I really do understand both sides. But I think that there's a level of you have to let somebody come to those decisions a little bit on their own. You can't just force it. Anytime you force somebody to do something, they're gonna go the opposite direction. That's just natural behaviors. Don't tell me what to do.
She's
But-
looking at it from a kid's perspective.
But
I
here's
get
the
it, but
here's the really where we got through this topic was with AB. This dude took you into his home, brought you to multiple teams, trying to give you multiple second,
Right.
third, fourth chances.
Yeah.
And then you're
he
gonna
helped
do
him
that
out.
to him?
Yeah, he helped
You're
him
gonna
out.
be like, oh, bro, so you're getting divorced. I'm opposed.
And it was single-handedly Tom Brady that got him to be able to go there. It was him specifically was yeah, bring this guy in.
He got you
They'll
a
help.
He got you a Super Bowl.
Right.
He got
Unbelievable. That AB has lost his marbles.
Mhm.
They need to start checking him for CTE right now.
Mhm.
What can
they
we-
should have been. They
He-
should have been for years now.
He should be an actual case study.
Mhm.
I think Aaron Hernandez was probably a case study as
Mhm.
well. I don't know
Yeah.
how you do a case study on a living human, but they got to
Yeah, not
figure
with
it out.
CTE, they literally chop the top part of your head off.
Well, listen. There's got to be a way to keep you alive as you're chopping your head off and stuff.
No,
Like,
I don't think that's
if
how
we're
it
gonna
works.
try these things out, let's try them out with somebody who's clearly lost it and with
Actively has it.
and actively has it. AB's got nothing left to give to society. at
No,
this
he
point.
really doesn't.
No.
I'm just saying, he's got nothing left to give. So if you're gonna do some kind of weird scientific stuff, let's do it to AB at this point, right?
He really he's a strange bird. When I saw that thing about the pool, I was like, oh my god.
Somebody
Could you
should-
imagine being that person?
Somebody showed a picture or a video of him before the Burfett kit that people blame it on.
Uh-huh.
And he was so sweet. He was like this little hometown boy, real sweet about everything.
Well, but did you see the meme where they showed the picture his either it's his college photo or whatever, and he's
Oh, before
he looks
it was his
whacked
first 4 years.
out, man.
They
Even
showed-
there, they're people should have known, man.
they
People
showed the
shoulda
first
known.
4 years where he was raving about Ben, talking about how much Ben made him, things like that.
Yeah,
And then they showed the video of him after the hit, like 4 years later.
yeah.
And he was with his cornrows all over the place, his studded teeth and all that.
Mhm.
And he was just all over the
I mean,
place.
that man's a fool. He could have literally made so much money off of
Am I walking on the roof right now?
hello, dad.
There's
Uh,
always something weird. We had sirens one
I know.
time. We got noises here. I think maybe this building just haunted.
There is possibility. It's been enough different bars.
I mean, legit, that sounds
Absolutely.
great.
But anyways, moving forward, so we talked about your team, we talked about AB. I know you wanted me to talk about it a little bit.
Wait, you're skipping stuff. Just
not
you hold
skipping.
on. Yeah, huh?
You wanted me to talk about that?
No, we're talking about yeah,
Follow
you're
the
right.
script.
Well, we're talking about Tua first.
Okay, well, let's talk about Tua first. Maybe we should have let off with Tua.
That's
to be
what I-
honest
that's
with
what
you.
we were
So
supposed
last
to do.
week, you and I talked about Tua
Uh-huh.
and said clearly the guy was concussed.
Yeah,
I've never
not
seen
okay.
anybody pinch a nerve in their back and not be able to
Yeah.
get up
Or wobble when they get up.
or wobble when they
I've
get up.
seen, I actually don't follow. Yeah, I mean, I've seen people have issues getting up with a pinch in their back. I've seen
Yeah.
that one I won't disagree with.
I got a pinch in my
But
back
the
right now.
wobble when you get up,
No,
looked like
he
he
didn't
was
have his
just-
legs underneath him.
He looked
Correct.
like he was just hit by Mike Tyson and
Mhm.
like was trying to get up and
He legit looked like a boxer.
Yeah,
So-
100%.
So I'll be honest with you, the NFL, not the NFL, but the Players Association, however they hired these individual guys to.
Well,
pay
they already
attention,
said like somebody got fired or
they,
something
oh, he
like
did.
that.
The guy who did it got fired automatically. But they fucked up. Actually, they're interviewing Tua tomorrow. Tua is actually sitting in a room with them, and he's going to be answering questions about how did they handle this, what did they do in that back room.
What did I say last week though?
I know you said that
Controversial.
there's probably some waiver somewhere where they.
I would not be shocked if the NFLPA and the NFL
NFLPA.
Players Association and the NFL have an agreement that inside of that blue tent, they say, do you want to go through the concussion protocol or do you want to sign this waiver saying you'll never sue the NFL? And the player gets to choose. But I would not be shocked. Would that shock you? It wouldn't shock you. So that almost makes sense in this scenario. He clearly is concussed. He goes back out. He still finishes
You
the
can't
game.
make,
The NFL is like
you can't make
mafia.
decisions for yourself when you're concussed.
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
you
but the
can't-
NFL is a
the
great.
NFL
As an
like a mafia.
attorney, I could fight that. I'm not an attorney, just so everybody's aware. Don't
The-
call me. I don't need any more phone calls or
The
any more
NFL is
jobs.
a mafia. The NFL, the way they run their
I
league,
get it,
they
but I'm
run
just saying.
everything.
And I get it, but I'm just saying, as a lawyer, there's definitely a defense against that.
All
All
I-
right.
All I'm saying is when he got hit Thursday, clearly that wasn't a first concussion.
No.
I've had a lot of concussions. I've had
I
probably
need to go
7
back
or 8
and
in my
watch
life.
it. I didn't really see it.
His
though.
head hits the ground and he immediately goes into like cerebral
Mm-hmm.
palsy mode, like with his hands and just like crinkles up
Mm-hmm.
and like was dead to the world. I mean, it was scary. It was,
Yeah, it's
I
not
literally thought
okay.
the dude, it was Mason Rudolph-esque where Mason, like his
It's
legs
just
weren't
not
working.
okay. It's not okay. You should never put somebody in that position, even if it's for like, who gives a fuck about week 5 or week 4 of football? We're
I'll
talking
be
like
honest,
lives
We're
here.
talking about somebody's life. Yeah.
Guys, literally, and you guys know me, I'm very competitive when it comes to our fantasy football league and
Mhm.
everything. I literally started to this week.
Yeah.
Wasn't watching the game as much as I usually would.
Mhm.
And it was a good game, but I just wasn't watching it. And I heard it came across me that
Yeah.
he got knocked out.
And you're just like, yep.
I didn't even care about the fantasy
No,
football
I
aspect
get
that he
it,
was
yeah.
out of. I just based off the week prior because me and Uber
Yeah,
actually
like-
talked about it. It was like, what the
So bad.
this is so bad.
It's
It really
horrible.
is so bad.
And if there was really neglect there, I mean, that's just a shame. And
That's a shit job.
I mean,
And I
Tua's
feel
already making a
bad
lot
for
of money,
Tua
but
at this
I mean,
point, you
he
know?
deserves to sue or anything else that he wants.
And
to.
also, like, we all know that they wanted to move on from Tua and go to Tom Brady, so they just like willing to like put his
But
like
he's been-
damn life on.
But he's been good this year.
100%. I like Tua. I'm
He's been
just
very
saying.
good this year.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's been top 5 quarterback.
I get it, but I'm
He's
just
been
saying, are they
very-
willing to like really put someone's like life at risk like that?
Absolutely, the NFL is willing.
I get it, but that's crazy.
And the Dolphins have proven that they are willing as well.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like a double dip, you know?
The Dolphins this past off season into this season have shown what kind of
Yeah.
shit organization they are. As much as they are going and paying for players to come in and building a team, what they did to Flores over the offseason,
Mhm.
which anybody can say whatever they want. Flores was a good damn coach for them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He brought organization to an organization that was horrible for years.
And he literally kept the team winning. That
Mhm.
was
When they were trying to
specifically
lose.
trying to
They
tank
were
around
literally
him.
trying to tank,
They were trading away all of his best players.
and they were still winning with him. And then they fired him.
I don't get how they can do that. Did they pay him? Or are
No,
they still in the
he's
process?
suing them right now. They haven't
Okay.
decided
they're gonna
how
pay
that
him.
worked.
They're gonna pay him. They'll
Nonetheless-
settle out of court, but they'll pay him.
So nonetheless, there's that. There's the Sean Payton thing that they thought, oh, we'll get Tom Brady and Sean Payton here. Dude, they're showing what kind of class organization they are. Tua, once again.
They want to
yes.
win.
But here's the catch. They had the whole thing tank for Tua. That was their whole deal when they wanted Tua.
Mhm.
Then they got Tua. They got Tua because he had the back injury in Alabama his
Right.
final year,
Hip
and they
injury,
dropped him in
right?
the draft.
It was a hip injury. He dislocated his hip.
It was hip back. It was the whole thing.
I thought it was his
No,
hip.
he was
Well,
messed
SI
up
is
so bad.
connected.
Nonetheless, he was gone, and he technically shouldn't have been playing next year. The way they said that term injury, he should have missed that first full season.
Mhm.
So he comes back midway through and he underperforms. Well, he shouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
The next year should have technically been his year, almost getting back. Well, if that's the case, and he has a so-so year. Once again, how are you judging this guy who
Yeah.
had unlimited potential, was a fantastic quarterback at Alabama, Heisman winner? You go through the awards of how winning this guy was, and then you don't give him an actual chance.
Yeah.
That's what, I mean, I don't want to use Josh Rosen as a comparison, but it's very Josh Rosen-esque,
Yeah.
who went to how many teams? He was top 10 pick.
Never got a
He
chance.
never
He
got a
never got a
legit
chance.
chance anywhere. It's almost worse because Tua should have gotten a chance.
Yeah.
It's
Sean, do you hate this burrito?
I don't hate it, but I'm not, obviously you can see I'm not rushing
I get
through
it,
anything.
but it's not really a punishment.
Like I said, it's
It's delicious. I get it. I'm just happy that you don't hate it.
I'm just
honestly.
happy that I got Sean to eat Chipotle with me at least once in my life, and hopefully there'll be more times in our life.
I'm literally eating it slowly purely because I know if I eat it too fast or
Yeah.
anything, I will not
that's
feel
fair.
great.
You know,
That's fair. You eat it however you gotta eat it. I'm just
So-
glad you ate it.
you want me to talk about my team?
Yeah, I'll talk about Dak and all the other things going on.
So going into Sunday, I probably the most confident I've been for a Cowboys victory. Like the last 2 weeks, I mean, both. I mean, Giants and Washington, I think they're just both really crappy teams overall. Giants record shows better than they actually are. And, so I pretty much expected to win. However, again, Cooper just super impressive. I mean, he runs the offense. He's
He looks
at
good.
the very least, he's a top tier backup quarterback, and he probably should get a chance to start somewhere in the near future.
He's young enough, he probably will.
He's 28, Dak's 29, so
The problem he has is how many quarterbacks come into the league rookies nowadays.
Mhm.
They just take over. That
But
anybody coming in just
he's 4-0.
I mean, he's 4-0 as a starter. But we talked
can't deny
about this
that.
with the Dak injury that like I had severe trauma to my thumb. I didn't have surgery because there's no reason for me to rush to get back.
Mhm.
But I mean, I'm 10 weeks later, and I don't know if I could really grip. I mean, it's left hand, but I don't know if I could really grip a football really well. And they're saying on Sunday they showed Dak before the game, like throwing the football a little bit, and then they showed his hand afterwards. It was all swollen, and he's in the interviews now has said like he specifically probably rushed it a little too much, and now his hand's swelling, and they got to like almost backtrack a little bit.
Well, that's what's gonna happen.
So I think against the Rams this week, we're going to see another Cooper Rush game. I wouldn't be shocked if against the Eagles we see another Cooper Rush game. Now, if we get spanked against the Rams, I think we'll see Dak back for the Eagles game. But all signs point towards the week after the Eagles.
perfect timing for your Cowboys.
Yeah, there's some more sirens. But overall, if you would have told me after we lost 0-1 to the Bucs and lost our starting quarterback that we'd be 3-1 a couple weeks later, I probably would have laughed at you.
Yeah.
Like I think that the team's showing some good signs, and that defense is so much fun to watch.
Yeah, the Cowboys look better than your fantasy team this year.
Which one? My one fantasy team's good.
One.
Well, the one in our league,
Three.
it's
One of your league is not very good. But
Wait,
that's
is
okay.
Yahoo prediction so far correct?
not
yeah.
so far, but I'm gonna turn it
So-
around. I'm gonna turn it around. Don't
What was
worry
their
about it.
prediction for you?
Well, before I signed a
No,
kicker,
what was their original prediction?
before I signed a kicker and a defense, it was 0-14. Once I signed a kicker and defense, I think it was like 3 or 4.
What's your projection right now? I know what it is. I don't know if you've looked.
I'm 0-4.
What's mine?
What? No, do you know what your projection is?
No, I really don't care.
They like you now. They gave you one win. You're 1-13 projected now.
I mean, I'll win 6 games by the end of the year. I'm pretty confident. My team's coming. I'm starting to see Mike Williams starting to come back. Tony Pollard's going to
He's
start
always
getting.
been hit or miss. Last year he fell off in the second half of the season.
I mean, I can't say much.
I got Curtis Samuel now, who's been great for
Another guy
who's.
who's hit or miss.
I mean, he's been great so far this
So
year.
far, that's
And then I just need to my only real thing I wasn't expecting Aaron Rodgers to have such a lackluster. I mean, I'm used to
Really?
Aaron.
I have
No
3
receiver,
quarterbacks
no
on my team.
receiver.
Do you want to trade for?
I might have to. I'm starting
Hey, by the
Trevor
way,
Lawrence this week because he's playing Houston. So
He's been good this year, actually.
Rodgers is going to get benched against the Giants. I don't know if that's a good move for me, but Rodgers just does not look like Rodgers.
He doesn't
I-
have
he
a
does.
receiver.
Father Time has
It
really
definitely
kicked
caught up on
in
him.
for a couple quarterbacks.
I
Russ
think
Wilson
he like
does
wakes
not look
up and
good.
drinks a Red Bull and like a shot and like eats a piece of like raw meat and goes to work. Like I swear that's what that dude does.
Russ Wilson does not look good.
Mm-mm.
No, with the whole Broncos team. Once again, I'm going to go back
Neither
to
does
coaching.
Geno Smith,
Hackett,
and we thought he was
What are
going
you talking about? Geno Smith's one of the highest QBR quarterbacks in national football.
He actually has been good for the Seahawks.
The
But every-
Seahawks team sucks, but Geno's
Okay, that's what I was
good.
going to
Actually
say. I'm
haven't looked
talking about
bad.
the Seahawks in general.
Their
mean,
running back. Look at Rashad Penny this week.
The Lions and
Oh, man.
Seahawks scored almost 100 points.
I know. Like, what the fuck? Why the Lions? And then they lose, like I said, like last
TJ
week.
Hawkinson.
Dude,
Three
I had
freaking
TJ
points,
on
are you
my bench in
serious?
the ESPN league. I had
I
TJ on
started
my
him.
bench
He's my starter, so.
over Kittle, who
How
had
many
like
points?
4
Oh, I
catches
know,
for,
right?
like, 4 yards or whatever.
What did he end up getting? TJ
Kittle?
No, TJ Hawkins.
Oh, Hawkinson, 42 points in our
It was
league.
like 8 catches, 179
10
yards.
catches,
2 touchdowns.
179 yards,
Ah.
3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah.
I had Kittle in too, and I had Higbee also sitting on my bench, and I was like, "What the hell?"
And he was only targeted 12 times, so he caught 10 of 12.
I know.
But no, I'm not. I mean, again, I kind of drafted this year planning as a keeper to have future great keepers. So I'm okay with having a little down year. It's been a long time since I haven't made the playoffs in fantasy. So you guys can say whatever you want to say. I'll get a good draft pick next year.
The very first season in this
He's
league,
not
we
wrong.
didn't
He'll
make
probably
the
get like
playoffs.
first pick.
No, literally, season 1 in the league,
Mhm.
which was just 2 years ago, he did not make the playoffs because he had
You
the
and
first
this
overall.
resetting your league.
No, you had the first overall pick. This was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
That
you have
Last
had
year,
some
you had
good
because you
picking
traded
spots.
it for
I'm
not,
always
you
dead.
traded the first
I did. I traded, but
pick
that was
for Zeke.
I won the loser
That was
bracket.
great, by the way.
I won the loser bracket, which got me the number.
But you still were playoffs.
Okay, so that's one time in like 10
Well,
years.
I
I've
never get. I
playoffs.
never get to the loser bracket. I
Yes,
won.
you had a chance, but you didn't win the loser bracket. That
Yeah,
year.
I did.
No,
The
you
year
didn't.
after.
You won.
The year after.
You still didn't win the loser bracket. You have to win the secondary bracket
I think I
championship.
did.
You did.
I'm gonna go back and look.
Go ahead.
I'm going
He
back.
won it, and then who did I just? Or Wade won it because I just.
Oh, that's right. Because I'm never in the loser bracket.
So
I mean, you know, we
no, you had a chance that year. You didn't make the playoffs that year either, but you didn't win the
Sean
loser
likes
bracket.
to scrap our.
I
our
swear,
league
Sean sits around
so
and
that
like
he can.
scrapbooks
say
every
that I don't
move
have
me
a
and you
chance.
make
You guys
in,
wanna be
in
the
fantasy
commissioner?
and remembers. No, I don't know how you remember all this stuff though. Like
Just
he's like
asking.
4 years ago, 20 minutes till 5, you lost to B Wade by 3 points. It's like, how do
Photographic
you
memory.
remember that? You must be because I literally don't remember nothing. All right, let's talk Steelers. What about Mr. Pickett?
Didn't we just talk about them?
We
We
kind of
didn't
did.
talk about the actual game.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the actual game and that
What's-
he's now taking over completely.
I mean, you can look at the stat line. He had 2 rushing touchdowns, which is a historic moment. It's never been done
Heck yeah.
by a rookie quarterback.
Heck yeah.
But he had 3 picks. But if you watched the game, I know you did.
I watched some of it. I was
If you watched the picks,
Unfortunately,
I
not
don't
able to watch
blame
all
on him.
yeah.
None of the 3 do I blame on him. Even the third one, which wasn't touched by a receiver,
Mhm.
was a Hail Mary pass, which every quarterback does at the end of the
Yeah.
game. And it's a 50-50 ball that's going to get an interception.
Right.
The other 2 literally hit the receivers in the
And
hands.
then popped off. Yeah.
And then they let go of the ball to a corner or it
Mhm.
popped off and went to somebody. I don't know if they're just not ready for it because Trubisky would never throw the ball because he looked like he was afraid to.
It's just timing.
Um,
It's the same thing as when we go week 1 through 3 and we're like, we got to get their timing down. They got to get their timing down. Well, they're starting all over.
One thing I will point out to you guys that I look forward to going forward with Pickett,
Mhm.
and I saw it already in that second half of that game, is the connection he and Pickens have.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Pickens had a good game. Sitting
He
on a lot
had
of people's
in that
benches.
in that second half, Pickens started to show up.
Yeah.
With Pickett, obviously, but you could see it. You could see Pickett was making throws that Trubisky wouldn't
Wouldn't,
even attempt to make. He just there was two they show you back and forth in the same game. 2 plays where Trubisky got sacked and he held the ball instead of throwing it.
I think Pickett just wants to play, man.
Pickett just wants to
Yeah,
go.
just
He's
wants
a
to play.
competitor.
Okay.
He wants to go.
Couple things. Over under 3 weeks before we get a Pittsburgh dad video of him mixing up Pickett's and Pickens
Yeah.
names.
Didn't he already do it this week on his
Oh, I
show?
don't know. I didn't watch it.
I was pretty sure he already did
Did
that
he?
this week.
Okay.
Yes.
So I guess that's already under, right? And number 2, the thing that I worry, which I believe I saw, and I only watched highlights. The Cowboys and Steelers are playing at the same time. But I believe I saw that Pickett was wearing a glove on his throwing hand.
He always does.
Always. He's done
Okay.
it for years.
Do you know why he does that?
Because he has small hands.
Because he has small hands. Okay.
They
The only
say-
other
Dude,
quar-
don't go there. Please don't.
No,
bring
no,
this
no,
up
no, no.
again.
I'm just saying that I think that that's something to watch moving forward. It's something Teddy Bridgewater has as well, and it's something that's why they call him Teddy Two Gloves because he wears 2 gloves to hold on to the football.
Here we go. This will talk again.
I'm just saying, like as he starts to get hit, as he's throwing stuff like that, that's where the
Do you think
small
he can
hands
get hit
come in.
at Pitt ever? He wore 2 gloves for 4 years
The
at Pitt.
NFL
Or 5 years at Pitt.
We'll find out. I'm just saying it's something to keep an eye on. For those of you that didn't
He's-
know,
he's going
dude's
into-
got small hands.
He's
And I have
only
I
getting
have small hands too. And to grip an NFL size ball, it's actually slightly larger than a college ball.
That
It's different.
was legit the only downgrade over the offseason anybody said about him. That was the only conversation
Yeah,
that kept
I
getting
get
brought up as a negative. That was the only.
Just saying, just something to keep.
Sorry,
an eye
I'm
on.
just tired of hearing that.
I
whole
just think that people
view.
will work, like some people like shy away from their downfalls, but some people will work towards it, that like find a way to make that not a downfall for them. And maybe that's something that he had to overcome. So you just never know.
You never know. There's something I'm looking forward to seeing, and
I mean, Ben wore gloves on certain
Ben
games
would wear
too.
full games too, and he had big hands. Remember his pump fakes?
Good Lord, Ben. Oh no,
That dude.
I
Well,
could
yeah,
literally
wet-
see him
wet
in
and
my
cold
head.
games, it's understandable, but just every game, just a little weird. That's all I'm
That's
saying.
how he is. That's what he's used to at this
Well, not
point.
only that, but maybe it's just a comfort thing at that point. You get used to it, and then it becomes like
He does it every game. This is something he does. Do you
It's like
imagine
his-
what it would
yeah,
be like throwing
I mean,
a tackle at that point?
or like
when that's what
baseball
you're used
players, like
to?
they're gonna use two gloves, like they use it when they bat. That's what they do. Like they're not gonna change up their vibe. It's like what they're comfortable with. So it might just be
Okay.
like his norm.
We'll find out. If he starts having an errant throw here or there, we know why it is. That's all I'm saying. Having
Or-
small hands is a big
Or our
thing.
line needs some fucking love.
No, the thing that you have to worry about him is fumbling. If he takes hits, that's the part you have to worry about. With his small hands, it's fumbling.
Because he can't hold on to the ball. as easily.
Correct. He can't hold on to the ball. It's not errant throws. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the big hits and fumbling that you have to worry about. So, and be able to take the snap on cold conditions, which he's played at Pittsburgh for years. That's not, conditions aren't gonna be an issue for him.
That's my only concern. I mean, as of this point, that's my only concern. I'm not too worried about his confidence. He seems to have a lot of confidence. I think Mitch is broken in confidence. I think that's his problem right now.
I
Same
think
with Mason. Mason's broken.
Mason's been broken since that hit in Baltimore, okay?
I mean, I think that there's something to be said about that though. Like, why do all these quarterbacks in Pittsburgh end up feeling very broken? They need to figure that out.
Well, Mitch got broken in Chicago.
Yeah, Mitch was before.
I get it, but I'm saying like we don't need it. We need people we can pull out and like
They
we
have
need
that.
confidence.
they
you
have
know?
I
that.
don't want to hear
Kenny
your
is
whining,
confident.
Lord Jack. You guys have had a Hall of Fame quarterback for the last 20 fucking years. You are gonna
Yeah.
have some growing pains. You're going through a rebuild right now.
I know.
No,
I
our
don't
growing
wanna.
pains is our coaching. It's not
Yeah.
our players. Our players are good enough to be a playoff team. We have good enough talent on the team.
I mean, a couple years ago when
Let's
Ben
get Dan Campbell.
Undercity Dan. A couple years ago
love him.
when Ben went down with the injury and you guys had Dak, or not Dak, you had Duck and
Duck and Dak, they're about the same.
you had Duck and Mason,
Mhm.
through the whole season. I
It's the
mean,
one 8-8.
Tomlin still found ways to make it work and win the game.
You know who wasn't on that team at that time?
Canada.
Yeah.
But Tomlin, as the head coach, he needs to interject into the game plan.
Yeah, well,
Say,
he
"This
needs.
is
That's what I'm
needs to
saying.
happen."
That's why we're saying there's a
Well, that's my
problem.
problem with him. Like I told you, he's a computer right now.
The Canada,
And we've already said we have a problem with Matt Canada, and you allow Matt Canada to continue to like do dumb stuff and make dumb game time decisions.
it was Pickett
That's his fault.
in Pitt the same time Canada was.
His
It's like,
very first season, yes, he had one season with them.
so maybe Canada was specifically making Mitch look bad so that he could get Kenny into the game.
I mean,
Supposedly Tomlin was the only one who didn't want to play Kenny off the bat.
Because to this
But
day,
besides-
because he's not.
I don't want Pickett to play. I've been.
That's
blunt
what I'm
about this.
saying. I
don't
mean, I
want
think
Pickett
there's
to
a
play.
level of that
I- you
there.
You guys have heard me you used to heard me all year. I wanted Pickett on this team.
yeah,
That was my dream. Me saying I don't want him to play has nothing to do with not wanting him on this team.
I think
It has
it-
everything to do with the scenario.
The problem is, I think that we're at the position where it's gonna take us a couple years to get back to where we wanna be. And regardless of when he starts, whether it's this year, next year, whenever, it's still gonna be tough and rough on him. So might as well just like get him in there, get him used to maybe losing a little bit. He can figure out the offense, figure out ways to win. Build some team morale around him that these guys trust him, love him, and are willing to, take the hits for him and do the extra for him. And maybe they can really create something just based off of it being like that type of team play, not as a typical setup that the Steelers are, which is like a really good team off the bat, usually.
The
Like they're gonna
Steelers-
have to like, what is it? The Little Giants or whatever the movie? They're
love
gonna
Little
icebox. They need a good icebox in there.
So here's the deal. The Steelers, when TJ Watt,
Icebox. I had a crush on Icebox.
Of course you
She
do.
was so cute.
when
Why should I-
when TJ Watt's on the field, the Steelers are a top 10 defense, if not better.
100%. Without them, they hurt
With
without them.
a legit offensive coordinator and maybe a little bit of an upgrade on the offensive line, they have the weapons around everywhere.
Mhm.
Probably their
Be a
receiving
top 10
core. is ridiculous.
Mhm.
Like,
Najee's ridiculous. Kenny Pickett has a chance of
Mhm.
winning. They have the weapons. They have the weapons to
100%.
be a top 10 offensive team too. They
100%.
have every option to be a playoff team, except for they need to upgrade a little bit of the offensive line. I don't even know if the offensive line's horrible right now, as much as once again the coordinator sucks.
Right. I think it's a little bit of all of it. And I think it's also just new people, like they're so used to playing with certain guys that, you know, in a certain way that now things are a little bit like things are a little faster paced because Ben's like old grandpa getting the ball rather than this new guy that's like, "Oh, let's go, let's go." You know what I mean? He's ready to rock, you
Oh,
know?
You watched a little bit of the game. I don't know if you watched the Steelers.
Ben's like
I just
cool and
the
Mr.
highlights.
Calm in
Did you
there.
see the energy when Kenny Pickett
That's what I'm
finally came
saying.
in?
Like
That
the energy
was
versus
so-
Ben's energy, it's just like, okay, I've done this 3 billion freaking times.
The
Nothing
energy
new
behind-
here.
The energy behind that field,
That's
between
what I'm
behind that
saying.
field.
Wait.
came in.
There's something to be said with having a quarterback that's been there 3 million
No,
times.
I get it. I'm
Oh,
not hating. I'm
yeah.
just saying the energy level is different. So obviously, like the players are like they're playing different, and they're gonna be required to play in a different way as well.
I have
is
to
what
tell
I'm
you,
saying.
I am absolutely full right now, so I'm gonna wrap the rest of this up.
You're good, man.
Yeah, I get it.
Overall,
I think it was delicious.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
This was not a punishment, like I said.
it's edible.
It's that, yes, I'm not gonna say it's delicious, but
Okay.
it's edible.
I'll say it's delicious.
Mine was delicious. Not bad.
It's just like
I got like one little
can't
bite
put
left.
Yeah.
here
I
that I'm
can't
waiting
put any
for.
more in
I
me at
get
this
it.
point.
It's just
so-
funny because, you know,
No, I get that. Hey, you're supposed to have your shit on. Do not disturb. Lord Jack.
Sorry, my
Leave
bad.
that out.
let me do that.
All right. So, what are you guys outside of the Steeler game? What are you guys looking forward to most about the upcoming week that is the National Football League?
Wait, say it again. I missed it. I was putting
Outside of
the
your team, God damn it, Lord Jack.
I know I knew that. I was turning it off.
Outside of your own team, what are you looking forward to the most about week 5?
I'm playing an 0-4 team in fantasy football again this week.
I really just want the Lions.
No, Nate.
Oh,
I just
The only
want the
other
Lions to
0-4
win.
team.
well, he's blowing up his team right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, he said he was. He actually texted me saying he's willing to trade anybody at this point.
Yeah. What are you
He's
looking
trying to
for?
rebuild.
I'm looking for. I just want the Lions to win. I really want them to win. And
I
I
love
think
the
they're
Lions.
playing the
That was
Patriots,
our
right?
team, so
Isn't that they're playing the Patriots? I really think they could still beat them.
they
Honestly,
can.
And the Patriots have a rookie quarterback probably starting because Hoyer
Is
got a
Jamal
concussion.
Yeah,
Williams?
I
playing?
almost took them in our thing.
I know.
I know he's banged
Swift
up,
is still banged up. And
Swift is banged up. I think Jamal Williams.
Yeah,
is
there's a lot
banged
of
up.
people hurt. That's why I didn't take them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Don't get
injuries.
me wrong, they just threw for how many yards?
That's what I'm
Did
saying.
you guys
I
see
get
the
it.
video I sent you earlier about the Lions having the number 1 offense and being 1-3?
Mhm. That's
It's like Adam
ridiculous.
Sandler flipping the fuck out.
It literally is. It's like ridiculous. I hate it for them because they've scored more points than like anybody else in the NFL.
Yeah, but their
And
defense
they're
lets
lost.
up so many points. So it's just
it's
it's bad.
terrible. They just need some help. All right.
So,
What else are you excited for?
well, you guys already know I won't be here next week again.
No,
Yeah, Shawnee's going to Disney.
Sean, I'll be in Disney with Mickey Mouse.
Fair
and
enough.
family, so
that's good.
So
I'm
how we're
happy
gonna
for you.
handle the picks, which we'll get to when we get there, is Sean will be making a pick today, but the punishment next week will become between you and me, which is probably gonna be me based on who I picked. However, I have a little bit of confidence. I really do.
I don't even
And
remember who I picked now.
you picked
you
the Bucks.
picked
yeah,
2
Bucks.
people, but you ended with the Bucks.
Well, I was gonna pick Motor City
And-
Dan, but then I realized that half their team is like injured.
And currently the standings are Laura Jack is 3-1, and Sean and I are both 2-2 in our picks. Although I did seek the Cardinals on Sean last week, so
Yeah,
Sean
you
has a
did.
little bit of a trump card, I guess, in the standings.
I
So
was gonna say I didn't even get a chance. I wanted to take the same one as him, and he already taken it. So
Hey, that's happened to me like 3 weeks in a row. What are you guys talking about? I'm like, oh, well, let me give him some. Yeah. You guys do this to me every time you pick before me. I'm always last to pick. And I'm always like, what? I would have taken that. What? I would have taken that too.
yeah, pick quick.
I know. It's harder for me. I already changed my pick.
It shouldn't be hard for you at all because we've
It is, though.
removed tiebreakers from your
Right, but I still need to
equation.
make it like somewhat fun. Like I don't want
Did
to
you
pick
guys
because
explain
then
that
I'm out of it.
last week?
Yeah, we did.
We did. Although I don't know how we're gonna
Meaning-
handle it, because if I pick a major underdog who ends up winning, I'm
Like
gonna have a
this
real
week?
problem with getting punished next week. I'm
Like
just
this
gonna say
week.
it. That's what I'm saying. I'm picking a major underdog,
It's your fault.
and you're picking a major like positive team.
Well, I wasn't going to. I was going to pick an underdog too. I was going to pick the Lions. So
Weren't the
originally,
underdog
yeah, they
originally.
were.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
They
were.
are now.
No, they
were.
were originally. The thing that he sent
I have to
originally.
go back and look. I think they were done.
They were, and that's why I picked them. I was like, they're gonna beat them. There's no way. And then I realized, like, I was sitting out. And I was like,
Because the
maybe I don't.
Patriots also don't have their quarterback either. They're starting their backup.
Well, I get it, and I still probably would take them.
Oh, Zappy
Honestly.
didn't play too bad.
Oh, I don't think so. They loved him when they
I
drafted
have
him.
an eye
They
issue
love that
going
guy.
on here.
You know who did look bad? Aaron fucking Rodgers. I don't get it. Like, is
Yeah,
it
he
father
really did
time?
not- Yeah,
Is it
it
just
really
the
is.
receiver?
No, it's because you drafted him in fantasy and you always bash him.
I hate Aaron Rodgers. So
I
I
kind of
should
do
never
too.
draft
So
him.
this
I
is
said
your
last week
payback?
they're so boring. So
It's so bad.
they're so boring to watch. I can't stand it.
Well, I mean, obviously, you know, I'm looking forward to the Cooper Rush show. It's rush hour in Dallas. It's
Yeah.
gonna be fun.
Wait, did you see the betting line on Cooper Cups? Like he had to, he was like his line was 95 yards. Like what's this? When is the betting line? Someone's gonna automatically get 95 yards in football.
I
Like
mean,
that's
he gets 100
insane.
yards every week.
I
Yeah,
get it, but
that's-
that's raw.
His
That's the
quarterback
issue,
literally only throws the ball to him.
That's the
It-
little
First down,
issue the
first
quarterback
down,
has
yeah.
right now. Is he only throws the ball.
No, he throws to Higby too.
I really feel bad for the dude
If
on,
he had a good
on
game.
TikTok who lost a $75,000
Oh, yeah.
profit off a $10 bet because of the fact that the
Mhm.
Rams couldn't pull it off Monday night.
Yeah, and all he had to do is
Should have cashed out, bro.
yeah.
Should have cashed out in the third quarter when you could go 5 for $10.
Something, yeah. Take your winnings, man. Like,
Take something.
it's tough. I mean, don't get me wrong. The weird thing was I actually thought originally the Rams were gonna win, but then I started paying attention. And I'm like, why does the line keep moving more and more and more in favor of the 49ers? Right? It started as a 1 point, went to 1.5 point, then to 2 points, and I'm like, Vegas has something on this game. You know, it made no sense. And then sure enough, yeah, Vegas knows their shit. I don't understand how Vegas
those
is
guys,
that.
because those guys are like paid to know that stuff.
By the
They-
way, if you want a nice little bet for yourself this weekend, like there's no reason why the Buffalo Bills should be favored at 14 points. They barely beat the Ravens. They're banged up all over the field, and the Steelers have a great defense. Like Fitzpatrick is killing it this year. I mean, yeah, I know you're missing.
Hayward may not play this week.
I know you're missing TJ, but you still got a really good defense, a really solid defense, well coached team.
The thing is, with TJ on the field, they're like exceptional.
He's a game changer.
At the very least,
Without him, they're I would say a good defense. You know what I mean?
at the very least, you get a push. If the Bills win by 2 touchdowns, it's a push, right? I don't see the Bills winning by 17 points or anything like
It's
that.
14 right now.
I know, but I'm saying like they'd have to go
I don't
over
know.
14 points.
I could see the Bills putting up big points up against the Steelers. There's too many.
Although we beat
We've got
them
a lot of
game one last
weakness. I know, but I just feel like there's a lot of weakness on our teams right now.
I could
I'm
make
on. I see it. You know, I see that the offense struggling. I can see Kenny being like Josh Allen. Holy shit, we're playing the Bills. Holy
Remember
shit.
Josh Allen's rookie year when everybody questioned him.
I get it, but I'm just saying. And
I still
tough,
question
man.
Josh.
I think he's amazing. Honestly, I think he's so good.
You know what? My only real beef with Josh Allen, and I tell my Dave, not your Dave. I tell my actually I probably told your Dave this too.
I was
But
saying my day was
both our
also
Bills
on
fans
Bills.
are both Bills fans. But I don't want my franchise quarterback acting like a little whiny bitch. And Josh Allen, multiple times now, has acted like a little whiny bitch. He's now like literally ripped some dude's helmet off, and like supposedly the guy grabbed him in the crotch. Like, okay, supposedly. Like it doesn't
What
matter.
is up with everybody in the
that's-
NFL getting real grabby with everybody?
Oh, it happens all the time.
Grab
Files and
asses.
stuff. That's a big thing. Like it's a big
Yeah,
thing.
but they're just like out in the open right now, being like,
But
yeah.
you remember the Chiefs game when he fucking threw the football at the guy, like in the playoffs too? Not last year, but the year before. I just don't like my franchise quarterback needs to be the role model for the rest of the team. I shouldn't have my franchise quarterback getting 15-yard penalties. And that
Bless you.
I don't care how fucking talented you are. There's no place for you on my team if you're gonna act like that as my franchise quarterback.
Mhm.
That's my overall opinion, Josh Allen. I will never have respect for him based on how he acts.
I like them. I think all of the quarterbacks are baby back bitches. I expect it from all of them.
Plus
They're
what-
like, don't hit me.
Plus,
Don't
what
hit me.
actually makes him special
Let me slide into places. Don't hit me.
Plus, what actually makes him special is his running ability and how he like trucks people and stuff. But like, I don't want my quarterback running and trucking people.
I
That's
got-
how Dak Prescott broke his fucking ankle.
I get it. I get it. I do get that. But
Uh-huh.
I still feel like there's like, you got to respect it. You got to respect the fact that he wants to go out there and like,
I respect the
play
fact
like
that
the
guy
other
can throw like
guys.
90 fucking yards. I mean, that he's got a hell of a
that's what I
game.
mean. He
but-
can play. The boy can play.
All right, we're gonna get into our picks.
Yeah, Survivor pool. Well, wait, do we have anything else that we want to talk about for week 5?
I don't think
Any
so.
other teams that we think that
Yeah, it's a lot of 3.
who wait, I do have a question. Who's Miami's backup quarterback?
Teddy Two Gloves.
Oh yeah, we did say that. Oh boy, it's gonna be interesting.
Teddy Two Gloves.
So what do you think's gonna happen with Miami for these few games that he's gonna be sitting?
I think
And
it's
do you
gonna
think
be,
the- and
I
do-
think it's gonna be 6 weeks before you see Tua.
I was gonna ask, do you think it's gonna be like a couple weeks before they allow
Yeah,
him to come back? at
You
this
don't
point?
get a major concussion like that and come back in a week. You know, it just doesn't happen like that. Honestly, I've been around and in sports my entire life. I've never seen somebody cripple up like that when they get hit with a concussion. And I've had probably 7 concussions in my life.
I've had a lot too.
I mean, that was brain damage from being concussed twice
In a very
in a
short
very
period
short
of
period of
Yeah,
time.
100%.
And you don't come back from that very
Well, he-
quickly.
I mean, you had already had a small brain bleed. Now it's probably like a major brain bleed.
I mean, in the year 2000, I saw LeVar Arrington murder Troy Aikman on the
Mhm.
football field. Murder him.
And he
And
didn't
Troy Aikman did not do that.
Yeah,
I
popped up.
mean, he had one of the worst concussions he's ever had, he said in that game. And he did not cripple up like that. So, like, Tua
that was like
has
shutdown. That was brain shutdown.
So Tua has severe brain
Yeah.
damage, and I feel really bad for Tua that he was put in that
Yeah, I
predicament.
do.
That's fucking bullshit. I'm sorry. As a
Yeah.
football fan, I'm
Yeah.
all about big hits, and I hate the fact that we can't have the big hits these days, and there's flags
But
and
it's
all
that moments like that that make you realize, like, holy.
Well, it's that is the reason why we can't have our good hits.
Mhm.
Is because these NFL teams care more about their winning
Mhm.
than they care about their player
Yeah.
safety.
Not even just their winning, they care about their ratings and how many people pay them to go see their games.
Yeah. I will say the good
That's the
thing
part- that's
good
the
thing
part-
one of the 3 of us won this belt so we can have it on the show this year.
Well, we
Yeah,
know-
you can thank me now.
we
Who
know-
helped you in that fucking draft?
All
we-
right.
We know where it's not going this year, though.
Why? Why can't I keep it?
Hey,
I was gonna say-
comebacks happen. Don't rule me out. I ain't giving up. I'm not Nate. I'm not trading my whole fucking team away. I
Yeah,
ain't
you
giving
try-
up.
Yeah, you try to trade your bums
Who
for a
wants-
better player.
Who wants one of
Hey,
my 3
hey.
quarterbacks?
Wait. Did you not just say? What? There was a little bit left. I want to finish off this bottle.
What's this called?
This is the
Angels, you're gonna
This
need-
is-
you're gonna
this
need some
isn't
angels out of that.
This is not the rye. This is the regular one.
Yeah, that's
But I am not Nate who trades away my whole fucking team. And that bum that you accused me of trying to trade because I was trying to trade him, and he's not a fucking bum. And actually, you were just touting how great Najee Harris is, who I traded for Zeke and the first round
Yeah,
pick. There was
and who told you to do that? Wait,
No,
wait,
no.
wait, wait, wait,
Hang
wait,
on.
wait, wait, wait.
Listen.
Who told you to make that trade?
you did.
Oh,
Hang on.
okay.
Listen, that bum that you're telling me is a bum has outperformed Najee Harris on the season. So clearly he's not a bum. He's still getting 20 touches a fucking
Put
game.
Najee behind your line.
Our line is worse than your line, bro. Go look at the PFS. We're down our left tackle, our left guard,
Okay, let me
I was
correct
gonna
that.
say,
our
Give me
center's
your
weak
offen-
ass
Let me
shit.
correct that. Give me your offensive coordinator who actually knows how to call plays.
I mean, there's been some drama in Dallas over that as well. So I mean,
Once again, your head coach is an offensive guy.
well,
violence.
supposedly now what the rumor is that McCarthy is majorly influencing the play calling, and that's why we've been better. You know, but I don't know if that's
Which
true
he's
or
good
not.
at offensive coordinating.
Maybe he played called for the Packers for how
Right.
many years?
That
so
makes sense.
makes
if
a lot of
he's-
sense.
Yes.
He
He's like,
should
"What?
he should be
Don't call
He's
that
the
play.
head
What are you
coach.
calling that play for?
he should be influencing the play.
Correct.
Right.
in
If
my
you hear something that you don't think's right, you should be
100%.
saying.
We
so.
made the joke earlier this season about Sean Payton coming in to be the head coach, and McCarthy just saying, "Well, can I just go back and be the
offensive
coordinator?"
coordinator.
Oops.
And what think about if that were to happen, think about that. You'd have Mike McCarthy, Super Bowl winning head coach, being offensive coordinator. He was
Mhm.
offensive coordinator for some of the best offenses ever, like 49ers and all that.
Like he follows that
you-
Andy Reid system.
You'd have Sean Payton, Super Bowl winning head coach, just one of the best head coaches around in many seasons. And then you'd have Dan Quinn, who got to the Super Bowl as a head coach and is by far one of the best defensive coordinators in the National Football League. That would be the all-star of all-star, like fucking cast. And then you got Steve Bones as special teams coordinator, who special teams coach for the Rams for many years. I mean, just a fucking great. I mean, all the way around.
Mhm.
Which I must. I'm sorry. I know I'm rambling. I must apologize to somebody on the Dallas Cowboys roster right now. And Cassie can attest to this. I have 1000% bashed the fuck out of Brett Maher for being a piece of shit kicker.
You already said this last week.
I'm just saying the dude is fucking money this year. I don't know what happened to him between. I think he was our kicker in 2018 or 2019.
He probably did nothing but kick field goals to get better.
And he's money. He's money Maher. That's what he is. He's fucking Brett Money Maher, and I'm so excited. We actually have a field goal kicker who can put it through the uprights. You would think that
There's
that's
been a lot of missed kicks this year.
yeah, but there's also been an amazing amount of guys
Big
banging
kicks.
60
Yeah,
yard
big
field goals
kicks.
like
60,
nothing.
just like
I
they're
get
not
it, but
anymore.
there's been like kicks that shouldn't be missed, and then big kicks made by certain.
Remember
kickers,
when we
which
were
is fine.
kids when like a 50-yard field goal was like mind
Yeah.
blowing? Oh my
100%.
god, I can't
Never
believe they're
happened
trying
once
this.
every.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the best of the best, like Morgan and Gary Andersons, they'd never kick
Now they're
those
trying from half the
Dramatica.
field. Now they're trying from half field.
Unbelievable.
All right.
And actually, there's a couple kickers that could probably make it from 70, 75 yards.
Oh, I can see it. Tucker, I would put Tucker in that.
Tucker.
Depending on situation coverage wise, I would put Tucker in that situation.
Have you ever seen the kicker for the Washington Commanders? Which, by the way, sounds really weird saying it. I think they should have stick with the Washington football team. I kind of liked it.
Mhm.
It felt like a football team. It
That's what I'm
looked like
saying.
a football team.
Joey Sly, he used to be the kicker for the Panthers.
Yeah, Joe Sly's good.
Dude is fucking swole.
He's always good.
He's like,
Yeah.
he's walking out of the field. He
Yeah.
can't even like close his arms. He's so fucking
Yeah.
big. I was like, do not let that dude kick field
Yeah.
goals. I was like, unbelievable. Anyways,
You're like, let that guy like.
I'm gonna pull up a picture real quick. But Sean,
the
talk
body
about your pick and why you're
Yeah.
picking
Wait.
your pick.
So I'm the Bucks. You're who?
Wait, let's go through. Sean,
Okay.
you start.
Easy. I'm going with the Bills. I'm just picking for record this week. The Bills are 14-point favorites over the Steelers. I don't see the Steelers any way beating the Bills.
And
Look at this motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's a kicker. He can play
So-
linebacker.
So I pick the Bucks. He picks the Bills, and you're picking who?
Well, why did you pick the Bucks? Obviously
Well,
we
I
know.
was- I was gonna go with
the Bills
the
are playing the Steelers.
Mhm.
It's in Buffalo. Rookie quarterback probably
Mhm.
starting for the Steelers. It's 14-point line. You picked that because you saw who I was picking.
Yeah, I know it. I'm.
Okay. I just
I
wanted to
picked
get
that
that on
based
the
off your
record.
pick, and I don't expect your
Okay.
pick to win.
So
That's
that means
fine.
I'm somehow screwed in the middle. I already know this.
What are you
Somehow,
talking about?
whatever
No,
happens here,
No,
I'm gonna end up
here's the
being that.
catch. As long as your team wins, which is why I picked that team, his team is going to lose this week.
Look at this mother.
Who did? Oh
Look
my
at
god,
that
he is
shit.
big.
He
He's
took
wait.
the Raiders.
Oh yeah, he
And
took the.
What are the Raiders?
Who are they
1-3
playing?
right now? They're playing
Listen.
the Chiefs.
The Raiders are a very talented football team.
What is?
I have not
Listen,
disagreed,
this is my mindset. okay?
Cassie, what'd you feed him for dinner?
Nothing. This is why I'm
You're
eating
still losing
Chipotle.
again.
This is why I'm eating Chipotle right now. The Raiders are 1-3. You are correct. However, they always play the Chiefs really hard. And right
They
now,
always play the Chiefs. They beat everybody really hard.
right now, they have this beautiful thing called desperation in their corner. They need to win football games to stick in
I
that
just don't
division.
think Patrick Mahomes is the guy that they're gonna do it with.
I mean, I
Dude,
beg to
you're
differ.
good.
The Raiders have been in every single game, and it's been just sheer luck that they're 1-3. So I am looking forward to Monday Night Football. I'm going to bet the Raiders.
Oh my god, don't lose your money.
I mean, I'm going to bet them to cover. I'm going to bet the Raiders. I might bet the money line, honestly. I'm going to bet the Raiders. I think there's at least a 70% chance the Raiders will pull out the victory.
I think you'd be better off betting on the Lions to win.
Okay, but hang on. You see how big of an underdog I'm choosing right now.
I know what I'm
If
saying.
they
for money
win-
value,
If they win, you need to take the punishment.
what the fuck? Hell no!
You need to take the
No,
punishment.
I'm already taking more punishments than everybody, and you guys give me the dumbest punch. He's over here in steak burritos. I'm dying over here for like days. What the heck's wrong with you guys? I had a headache
Okay.
after my last
Okay,
appointment,
wait,
and then
wait.
this appointment I had a stomach ache.
Okay, wait.
What are you doing to me?
If we both win, since I'm choosing a major underdog and you're choosing a major favorite, if we both win, we rock, paper, scissors for who gets the punishment.
Make me just want to pick the Lions so this doesn't happen.
What are you talking about?
Because then if I'm an underdog. When I
Are
win.
you changing your pick right now?
No, I'm just saying.
Is that fair? Rock,
Yeah.
paper, scissors. Whoever score. I'll even give you who scores the most fantasy points as the tiebreaker because obviously my fantasy team is garbage.
It is
Is what
garbage.
you guys are saying. Which, by the way, I would be at least a 1-win team
Literally,
if the Philadelphia Eagles didn't score 40 fucking points
Hoover,
against.
you have the worst points for.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I
No,
lost
there's
to
one
Dave.
person lower than him by like 3 points.
Sorry,
It is
three
what
I
it is.
lost-
He's 0-4, but he's
I-
still 0-4.
I lost to Dave because the Philadelphia Eagles scored 40 fucking points on
You have
defense.
the
Yeah, but it's the
worst points
Philadelphia
for,
Eagles.
and
Jalen
you
Hurts
are
is no
0-4.
joke.
You've never faced a 40-point defense in the last 5 years, probably.
No, I had one a few years ago, actually.
Well,
so
just wait, because the
It's
Motor
rare.
City-
It's very rare. Okay.
it is
very
what it is.
fucking
It
rare.
is what it is.
Anyway,
You still have
I'm,
the worst points for.
I'm very confident in my picks, though. I think it's at least above a 50-50 chance that my team's going to win, and I'm very happy with it. So.
Okay, I mean, I'll take the punishment if it's a burrito style punishment. Bring me a cinnamon roll. Bring me some
No,
ice.
no. I think what we do, because since Sean's not going to be there, I think what we do is we pick a mutual punishment that we're both cool with, and then we do rock, paper, scissors for who takes the punishment.
Okay, I guess
Okay.
whatever. It's gonna be me, and I'm gonna. It's always
Laura,
me. Just make it something that I'm not
as
gonna have
long
like a
as your
stomach ache
team-
or a headache again.
Laura, as long as your team, his team's not winning.
No, he said that even if both of our teams win.
His
Oh,
team's
okay.
not winning,
Okay,
man.
okay, okay.
He's saying
okay, God,
he's saying
God.
my team's not
So
winning.
he's
If
taking
my
He's
team,
not winning.
if
As
my-
long as your team
hey,
wins.
if my team loses, I will gladly take the fucking.
Yeah, you're going to.
There's the reason why I.
So do
took
we
the
want to
Bill-
talk about the punishment we want to set up for him now, or?
Well, I'm not going to be involved. Remember,
And it won't be a burrito, I can tell you that.
I'm telling you guys, I'm not responding when I'm gone this time. So.
But if
You have
you
to
lose, if the
Oh,
Buff,
That's my
wait,
mistake, I leave. I'm literally.
Hang
not
on.
Well, before you leave.
we need to
Dan,
spell
talk
this
about-
out real quick. If the Buffalo Bills lose, or all three of our teams win, when Sean comes back, he's getting a punishment.
Yeah,
already talked about this. So.
Yeah, I don't care. It's gonna happen. Like you were choosing the biggest fucking favorite
Because
on the
of your
face of the
choice.
earth. That's fine.
if you
Yeah, because I
lose,
wasn't gonna
if you
choose.
lose the Bills, you have taken a punishment.
Oh, if my research was correct, I wasn't gonna pick.
What's that?
I
They're
wasn't
not gonna
pick.
just say, just like
That's
I
not-
just had to
that's
say,
not the
okay,
game.
they're not gonna lose.
That's not what we're doing here,
Just say,
Sean.
Okay,
We're here for the entertainment of our 33 fans
yeah,
on
you're
YouTube.
getting burritos for your punishment.
Yeah,
So I mean,
That was
let's
a
be real.
weak ass punishment I just gave you, and it was solely because I wanted to have Chipotle with my friend. Okay, that's
Like-
literally the punishment you got was weak. Now don't get me wrong. In future episodes, I will be.
Is this the what you were gonna talk about? You were supposed to tell me off camera that you wanted him to eat a burrito?
No. Well, I mean, sort of. I want him to.
Because
I
I'd have been like,
Well,
no.
I want him to eat. I want him to eat things he's never eaten before.
I mean,
And Sam's gonna give me some other things
Jesus,
for sure.
you got
So.
your wife, man.
No, he came to her. She didn't go to him.
Oh, I know, but she should be like telling him delicious like
she told him other
things
things.
that.
She told him other
She
things.
told him.
went
She
with
told me
us.
soup and chili, so chili
like-
might be something.
Oh, I'll bring the Fritos. It'll make it delicious.
That dude will be shitting bricks if he eats chili.
Well,
Anyways, kids corner. Who wants to start? You start us off.
well, I do have kind of a funny thing. Like, I'm such a pansy. I'll say it on camera. Are you ready for what I had to do this last week? I couldn't be without my dog from Tuesday
We
night.
talked about this, yes.
I know, but so I literally did have to bring him, and then my mom had to meet me on Thursday so that I
Of
could,
course.
because I love him so much. I couldn't be without him that many days, and then literally went back and like I pulled into camp, and the first thing I said was like, I feel like I'm pulling back into my dog. Like, and then saw him like, and then I took him to the vet today. He had to get 4 shots, so yeah, he wasn't very happy with that, but
There's nothing wrong with that. I love the shit out of my dog. My dog's awesome. Your dog's awesome. Your dog was just at the
She came to
office.
the office on
Yeah,
Friday.
just at the
well,
office.
they did tell him that he's a clean bill of health, and when the vet walked in, she was like, he is shiny and handsome. What do you feed him? And I was like, he eats like refrigerator food, like human grade, basically. She was like, I could tell.
He is my child.
Literally, yeah, like I baby him the shit out of him, but I love him so much. I'm so glad I have him. I'm lucky. But go on, I want to hear. I have to know. I've been waiting this whole time to find out about Yeah, little man's football. Where we at? Like week 5. I need to know. Did we win? Did we lose? Did we get crushed? Did we even get hits? He already got 1 hit. He missed last week's game and he got a hit, his first hit.
You're gonna be sorely disappointed.
Oh.
We get to Saturday. It's raining cats and which this is not my kids' corner, by the way. It's raining cats and dogs.
Mhm.
And like
They called it.
the parents are chatting back and forth. Like a couple of the moms were like, my son is not gonna play in this weather. And I'm like, it's fucking football. What are you talking about? Like, this is perfect. So I told Cassie, I was like, this is great. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, I was supposed to work the sticks, which I was like, fine, whatever. I don't care if it's raining. Oh, it's rain, whatever, it's water. So anyways, I was supposed to work the sticks. Cassie's like, hey, we got like 4 kids, probably not coming because of the weather. And I was like, this is great because
He's like, coach, put me in.
there's 4 kids on the sideline. So like that means Roman's playing the whole fucking game, right? I am like, yes, I'm all excited. I'm like pumped. We literally get in the fucking car, like go about to pull out on the road, and Cassie gets a text that says, ref didn't show up, game was canceled.
Ref didn't show.
So the game is rescheduled for this weekend is supposed to be our last game. It's rescheduled for the following weekend. But I will say he had a very lackluster practice yesterday, and I had a very stern talking to him because I said, number one,
You're gonna practice like you play.
number one, if you practice lackluster, you're not helping your teammates, right? Because right now he's basically a practice squad player.
Practice like you play.
You got to practice hard so that your teammates get a good look and can know what they're doing on the field. Number 2, you're not showing your coaches what they need to see to put you on the field.
Mhm.
Number 3, you're gonna get fucking hurt. So
Mhm.
like, he wasn't happy with me for about 30 minutes last night because I had a real stern talking with him. But that's not my coach's corner. My coach's corner.
Coach's
Kids
corner.
corner. I was coach for a minute yesterday with Roman. But kids corner was Cassie and I had some talks, and like we think our distribution of who takes kids when has been kind of unfair because like I usually always take Roman and she
Right.
always takes Olivia, so we kind of switched it up. And the last Monday of every month is like open dance, so like they actually open the doors so the parents can watch. And I got to watch Olivia do both her dance classes. I skipped a little intermediate portion, but I saw the beginning and the end. And I mean, man, she's just glowing on that dance floor. I wouldn't say she's got great rhythm, but she definitely has like the ballet and the high legs and all that stuff down. And then, but the most proud dad moment was I'm sitting there like that. There's like 6 moms in the corner, right? And I walk over and I'm like trying to sneak a peek. And the one mom like makes room for me on the bench, and she's like, come sit down. I was like, okay, thank you. And they're like, which girl is yours? And I was like, oh, Olivia. All the moms were like, oh my God, Olivia, she is our favorite. She's so nice. She's da. She takes all the girls under her. They were just glowing when they found out I was Olivia's. And they're like, how could you not? Like,
Yeah,
she's just fucking amazing. I love that girl. I really do.
She's a mini you.
She's my mini for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love her.
I will tell you that there was a photo of her the other day that I did see glimpses of Cassie.
Oh, I mean, yeah, she's got some.
Where I saw
Oh yeah.
a
The
picture and I
older
started
she
looking at
gets,
them. Don't get me wrong, she towered over Cassie already, but
Yeah, she's already talking to Cassie.
How
And
tall is
just
she?
like there's parts of Roman that look like me. I mean, it's
Yep.
likewise. It's just like parts of
Mhm.
Grayson look like you, and
Roman
Ollie
is
look like
Cassie.
you. Yeah, I mean, 100%. Like we
You know,
have our.
tell Sam that Ollie looks like me. Good luck with that.
I think
Ollie is your.
Everybody says it, but everybody says it about a great.
No.
Grayson's-
Grayson, it looks like Sam, but acts like you, and Ollie looks like you, but acts like Sam. That's my.
I think Grayson looks like Sean too.
I get both of them look like me.
I think they both look similar. I just think that they do have parts of Sam. I'm not saying they don't look like Sam. I think they're a good mix of both of
Somebody
you.
bluntly the other day said Ollie literally. Sam won't ever agree.
Yeah.
Sam doesn't see it with Ollie, but somebody the other day literally just looked at me. Ollie looks literally just like.
Well,
you,
Ollie's her
but-
baby. Like
Mhm.
I get it.
Well,
Ollie's
she hasn't
hilarious.
said it since the beginning. Never, not once.
I keep saying it every time I see Ollie. I never want him to lose his like cute voice. He's got like the cute voice right now, but it is so
It gets him out of
fucking
trouble.
cute.
It gets him out of so much freaking
He
trouble.
needs to never lose that cute voice because it is so cute. I just melt anytime he's like Uncle E. And
So
he just
you you both
You're like,
seen
"Whatever
his
you want,
love for
kid."
monster trucks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we always look. He likes the new guy called Zombie.
Mhm.
Okay, so me and Sam went to Target earlier today. We had to get a few things for the trip next week. And Zombie, we never run into him. Zombie's always sold out or just never there.
Mm.
We're like, well, let's go look. It was there. They actually had a few. We're like, oh shit, okay. We take them home. We give them to Ollie. We're working to wait on this one. We've been trying for
Yeah,
these
months.
months, if not year at this point. We give him to Ollie. Ollie's like, oh, thank you, mom and dad. Thank you. He takes it, open it up, goes and plays with it. Sam loves those Halloween M&Ms, those green ones. So she bought it back. She gave him like 5 or 6 in a cup. Mom, Zombie and M&Ms, you're the best.
Like 2 treats in one
You're
night.
the best.
You give me sugar and my favorite toy. You are okay in my book.
Best.
You're okay in my book.
This kid's
so
just
cute.
randomness, and none of this is my kid's corner. Literally this week, what did he say? You may have heard the story already, but okay. So Rosie came on our bed. She was just outside. She coughed up something on our bed, just a little something on the sheets. It wasn't like a massive deal. So Sam pulls the sheets off. Ollie comes in the room. Why is the sheets off?
Yeah.
Oh, Rosie puked a little bit on the bed. We have to clean the sheets. Rosie, why'd you puke on mommy's sheets? That's so rude. This guy.
That's hilarious.
But he's been doing that consistently, especially the finger thing. You, Maul, you, no, there, over there. Daddy in office.
I just love how Ollie has gone from absolutely despising me
Loving you.
to like I think I'm one of his top 5 favorite people in like the span of a year. Like last year, this time, Ollie
He's scared
wanted
of you.
nothing to
What
do.
did you
Well, it's
do?
because you
You
were
did something to him. I remember
Wow,
this
I don't
because
know. I fucked
there was
with him all
something
the
he
time.
did that really pissed Ollie off. He tried to give him a chance, and Ian did something, and Ollie was like
Typical
real
Ian.
pissed off.
Typical Ian. I
Typical
always do
Ian.
something.
Overdoes it.
And
I always
Ollie's
do
the one
something.
that does get pissed
Crosses
off.
the
He's
line.
the one who has an attitude.
But now I can't do anything wrong. Like he just fucking loves me. It's great. I love it.
test that with him. Test it. See what happens.
I mean, even when he's cranky, like I just kind of give him a space, Like he's a toddler. He's gonna go through his moments.
All right. So realistically, for Kids Corner, I'm going to go over something real. Last week when I wasn't here, my kids both had hand, mouth, and foot disease, which did not know much about
No, it's
beforehand.
crazy.
Really is highly usual for kids, to be
Mhm.
honest with you, and it spreads real easily.
Mhm. Contagious. Yeah.
It is very
Because
easily.
kids are always like,
Yeah.
But as an adult, it actually doesn't spread to your kid can have it. You can be
Mhm.
next to them the whole time. It doesn't spread to an adult that
Yeah.
easy though. which is
Adults do get
crazy.
it though. I've
Oh, they
known
can't.
adults that
They can. And I was sick last
Well,
week.
there's
but I
something
didn't have
wrong with
nothing.
you. I don't know what was wrong with it, but there was definitely I could tell you were
Yeah,
wrong.
your throat.
Oh, my throat was killing me. My allergies were killing me. I had some issues, but I didn't have the symptoms that they said that the
Yeah.
adult would have for it. I didn't have for kids, they show little bumps in their
Yeah.
throats and on their hands and on their feet. That's why it's
Yeah.
called hand, mouth, foot disease.
Yeah.
They showed worn down, they get higher fevers for a little bit.
Mhm.
I will tell you though, for the most part, other than the bumps on them and everything, those kids are just let me go.
resilient.
They did not stop. I was sitting there like, can I go to the office? These kids are crazy. I don't think can I go? Can I go? Sam was the same thing. We're like, they're supposed to be sick. They won't even sit down.
Yeah. Well, it's because
Kids when they're sick, they just don't stop,
Oh, man.
Olivia's now to that age where she's like almost like becoming an adult. So like when she does get sick, she's like, I'm just gonna sleep this thing off, But like Roman, when he gets sick, it doesn't matter. He's still going a mile a minute.
Nonetheless, and Ian knows this because I called him afterwards. I was at a show at work on Sunday. My wife calls me, tells me Grayson has hand, foot, and mouth disease. Okay. And I was gone before they even woke up. I didn't get a chance to see the kids that day until after I heard about it. She sends me a picture. He has those white dots all around his chin, mouth area, inside his mouth. Ollie then comes Wednesday when Grayson's finally getting ready to possibly go back to school. We look at Ollie. Ollie has them all over his hands, all over around his face. Nonetheless, real life, that's majority of the reason why I wasn't here. So if you guys were wondering, I was a little bit sick. I probably could have made it from sick part of it, but I was not trying to.
Leave your
I'm,
kids.
I'm gonna think that you are what drives our views because we didn't have nearly as many views as we typically do. So I'm gonna say it was Sean. Sean is the reason for it.
Thanks, guys.
Yes. So that means next episode we're not gonna get a ton of views.
Well,
'cause
when I come
Sean
back,
will
I'll
be-
wear my Mickey Mouse ears and everything for you guys. So
We better double our views, guys. I want more subscribes and I want more ring-a-ling-lings.
Ring-a-ling-ling-ling.
And Sean will be back, okay? You don't have to miss him that much.
Listen, like at the end,
This guy gets like the best punishments in the world over here.
at the end of the day, I'm just happy I get to hang out with you two fucking
Cheers.
idiots. I love you guys.
thanks.
Well, I'm gonna miss an episode probably in November, so
Or
Yeah,
we
with
just
that
won't do
Thanksgiving,
it.
maybe
But
I'll miss.
I was just saying, so every Wednesday before Thanksgiving, my family always goes to Kranek. So like,
Yeah.
I don't really want to be hungover for that. So
well,
Yeah.
but that's the Tuesday I can do. The following Tuesday I can't do.
well, then, I don't know, we'll figure it.
I can do the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. I can't do the
Hey, listen,
following.
this is a work in progress. We're just having fun doing our thing, and
But in all fairness, they do have Thursday night football games for Thanksgiving, so I think we should do it.
they have 3 football games
Sweet.
on Thanksgiving.
So me, let's do it.
You know what team always plays on
The
Thanksgiving?
Dallas Cowboys,
Yeah.
Steelers,
The Detroit Lions.
Steelers don't play every Thanksgiving.
Oh,
The
yeah, you're
Detroit
right. They do
Lions and the
sometimes.
Dallas Cowboys are everything.
Motor City, Dallas.
Which like blows my mind that they still kept the Detroit Lions after all these years.
I like the Detroit.
don't get me
Detroit
wrong.
Lions.
I like tradition.
I love tradition and like
Tradition.
you know Barry Sanders and stuff back
Mm-hmm.
in the day. They like that Steelers
Wait.
Lions. Can you remember this coin toss?
Yeah,
What's
just
the-
Bez called it
Wait,
right.
what's
and
the
then-
rumor? Isn't there a rumor that every year that there's a political year that based off the Washington football team, because it's like Washington, you know, you can tell who's gonna win the race based off of if Washington football team wins or not.
I've never heard this.
I've heard, look it up.
We'll have
I'm
to
not
look
saying
it
it's
up.
true, but I'm saying I've
Wait,
heard
wait.
that before.
We did miss one piece of news though. Now that just popped into my head, the Pro Bowl has been retired.
Oh
I
yeah,
was just thinking that.
Did you think
they're
about
gonna
it?
do like little events.
They're
and
gonna do a
stuff.
flag
Yeah.
football game
I kinda
and
like that though.
multiple events throughout the week. Which the events like that's something we grew up with.
That's
It's
basically
like
what
the
they did
skills
last year.
I just don't
challenge.
take it that serious. They don't want to get hurt, which I totally get, so they don't go that hard.
Come on, look at
So
Jack
it's just
Jones
like a
last year.
fun
He ran the
game.
whole field.
I
Nobody
mean, it's a
touched him.
whole.
Or no,
thing.
wait, they did touch them. So
But here's the
technically
thing,
they should have been
when
down.
we were growing up, the Pro Bowl was like very competitive.
Oh,
It was
absolutely.
still boring as shit. Nobody watched.
But it was the week after the Super Bowl. So if they got hurt, they were out like training camp and
Mhm.
stuff, like no big deal.
But now it's like the middle of the season. Nobody wants to get hurt.
You know what-
Before the Super Bowl.
I get it, but I'm just saying, like, nobody wants to get hurt.
You know what? I do think as a sports fan, I'm a little sad. Like the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, no, I get it, 100%.
I don't like that they're changing it. I wish that they would have modified it to make it better.
Mhm.
Like for instance, I love what Major League Baseball does with the All-Star game. Like
Yeah, they really
the
have.
winning team gets home field advantage in the World Series, right? Isn't that what they do?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like Game 7 is a home game for the
Well,
winning
you can't
team.
really do that in Super Bowl because nobody really. It's much. Yes, you randomly have the home field.
But what if
person.
you could? What if you could? What if the winner of the Pro Bowl determines where the Super Bowl is fucking
They're
played?
not going to do that. They make too much money with their
Yeah.
tickets.
100%.
Well, you'd have to do it early in the season.
Oh yeah, if you do it that route, but then you face the injuries that people can go through.
I'm just
Are
saying.
you going to want to put your star players through injuries
Mhm.
before the season
No,
starts?
probably not. But there's got to be a way that they could integrate something and make it more important to the players
Once again, like
versus
the NHL,
now they're making it less important.
the NHL, I hate what the NHL does now with 3-on-3 tournament style, whatever all-star thing they do. Don't get me wrong, I like the skills thing that they do prior to the game. But I've said it for a while. For the NHL, they do that outdoor game, that one game a year where they do on the outside stadium. Why don't you
The
do
Winter
All-Star-
Classic?
Why don't you do the All-Star game as the Winter Classic? You have all your best players out on the ice.
So let me
Oh,
ask you,
Winter
what's the best All Star game? Is it MLB?
I
Can't say
think
it 'cause I don't
so.
like baseball.
Well,
Watching on TV,
But I think it
No,
has the
me
most
either.
importance.
It's-
yeah,
oh, it definitely
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
most
yeah.
important. That's not even the question.
I think the NBA is the best All Star game.
yeah. The dunk contest and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
The dunk, the 3-point, and then in the actual game, like They don't play defense, but they put on a fucking
Show, hell yeah.
right? They do all kinds
Yeah,
of
I'd say
crazy
the NBA
stuff.
is the funnest to watch.
Yeah, and that's why I think the NFL could do stuff. Look at Pat.
Well, maybe that's what they're trying to
Did
figure
you
out.
guys watch Pat Mahomes this week? Like
Did
that
you see what he
dude,
does in practice?
that little fucking flip pass he did to
Dude, do you see what
Clyde
he
Edwards
practice-
Helaire.
Do you see what he does in practice? He practices throwing like
Mhm.
that.
He-
Lower
Yeah, he
on a
practices
sidearm.
all
He
this weird
literally
stuff that he's
practices
comfortable.
He
that
has
stuff.
to practice all of it because he literally can throw the ball from any angle at any
Yep.
time with anything. He's the most talented physical
Mhm.
specimen we've ever had at the quarterback position.
Yeah, and you picked against him this week.
Yes.
You fool! What you
I
doing?
did.
He gonna lose. We gotta figure out what we're doing already. I'm already ready to punish this guy, especially because he's giving you these kind of punishments, and I'm getting what I'm getting. What is this?
I'm sorry.
At
He
least
should-
prior you had helium.
I mean, literally, I had a headache for
Hey,
like 2
In
hours
my
afterwards,
wait.
and this we got a stomach ache for
Wait,
4 or
wait.
5 hours afterwards.
In my defense, when you guys threw out your punishments to me, not only did I gladly accept the first one that came to me, I was asking for what was the alternative because I was going to do 2 in 1 week.
Oh, that was no, Laura knows I offered her multiple choices prior.
I am game for almost anything, and so like the fact that you, that I'm looking at you, Lord Jack, have passed on like 6 things. At this
Okay,
point.
I told you the reason why I couldn't be markered faced. I was going to a wedding for God's sakes. I was like the prime person up front.
At
Like,
some
I
point
was
this year-
officiating.
At some point this year, I'm fucking
Guys, this is
right.
just rambling.
No, you're not.
We love you.
Yeah, deuces,
Deuces.
subscribe. Please watch our freaking show. What the heck?